Let's be honest, most schools don't teach kids about money. They'll learn algebra, history, and maybe how to play the recorder. But when it comes to managing money, avoiding debt, or building wealth, nothing. The money talk. Most parents never have. And here's the problem. If you don't teach your kids about money, the world will. And the world is full of bad advice, easy credit, and the idea that spending is more important than saving. Think about it. How many adults struggle with debt, live paycheck to paycheck, or feel like they'll never get ahead financially? Most of them weren't taught the basics early on. Money habits start young, and if kids don't understand how money really works, they grow up making the same mistakes as everyone else. So, what should they be learning? First, that money isn't just something you earn and spend. It's a tool. A tool that, if used correctly, can give them freedom, opportunities, and a life of choices instead of limitations. A simple way to start is by changing how you talk about money at home. Instead of saying, "We can't afford that," try saying, "How can we afford that?" It shifts the mindset from scarcity to problem solving. Kids pick up on this, and over time, they'll learn that money isn't something that controls them. It's something they can control. Another big lesson: the difference between making money and keeping money. Most people focus on earning more, but what really matters is how much they keep and what they do with it. A kid who gets $10 in birthday money and immediately spends it on candy learns one lesson. A kid who saves part of it, invests part of it, and spends the rest wisely learns a completely different one. One of the best things you can do? Give them real money to manage early on. It doesn't have to be a big allowance, just enough for them to start making real decisions. When kids are responsible for their own money, they learn that spending everything today means having nothing tomorrow. And that brings us to something even bigger. The idea that money should work for them, not the other way around. Most people grow up believing that making money means working harder, putting in more hours, and climbing the corporate ladder. But the reality is, wealth isn't built by working more, it's built by making money work for you. This is one of the most valuable lessons kids can learn early. If they grow up thinking that the only way to earn money is through a paycheck, they'll follow the same cycle that keeps most people stuck. Work, earn, spend, repeat. The key to breaking that cycle? Understanding how money grows. One of the best ways to teach this is through investing. Not in some complicated adult way, but with simple real-world examples. Imagine you give your kid $10 and tell them, "You can spend it now, or if you wait a month, I'll give you $12 instead." It's a small but powerful way to introduce the concept of delayed gratification and returns. At first, they might take the $10 immediately. But after seeing that waiting means getting more, they start to see the power of patience and growth. That's the foundation of investing. Want to take it a step further? Open a small investment account in their name, even if it's just a tiny amount. Let them pick a company they recognize, maybe Disney, Apple, or Nike. Every few months, show them how their money is growing. When they see that their money can work without them physically working for it, something clicks. It's a lesson that can change their financial future before they even reach adulthood. But investing isn't just about stocks. Kids should also learn that not all money is created equal. There's money that grows and there's money that disappears. The earlier they understand this, the better decisions they'll make as adults. For example, earning $100 and immediately spending it on toys or gadgets. That money is gone forever. But using $100 to buy something that creates more value, like tools for a small business or an investment, means that money can multiply. A simple way to reinforce this? When they ask for money to buy something, instead of just saying yes or no, ask them, "Will this thing make you more money in the future or will it disappear?" It sounds basic, but over time it builds the habit of thinking in terms of value instead of impulse. Now, there's another money lesson most people learn too late in life. Debt can either be a tool or a trap. Most people enter adulthood not understanding how debt works. The moment they get their first credit card, they use it like free money, until suddenly, they're buried under thousands of dollars in high-interest payments. But what if kids were taught early that debt should always work for them, not against them? Instead of just telling them debt is bad, explain how it works with examples they understand. Show them how some debt, like a mortgage on a house that appreciates in value, can be a tool for wealth, while bad debt, like using a credit card for fast food, only takes money away from them. If you have a mortgage, show them how it works. If you use a credit card responsibly, explain why you pay off the full balance every month. Let them see, in real time, how financial decisions today affect money tomorrow. Because the truth is, most people grow up fearing money. They see it as stressful, confusing, and something they just hope to have enough of. But kids who learn how money grows, how to make smart financial decisions, and how to use money instead of being used by it, they enter adulthood with an advantage 90% of people don't have. Now, there's one last piece of the puzzle, and it's even more important than how much they earn, save, or invest. Because at the end of the day, the biggest factor in their financial success isn't just knowledge, it's mindset. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into in the final part. Stay tuned. The mindset that separates the wealthy from the rest. There's a reason why some people struggle with money their entire lives, no matter how much they earn, while others seem to multiply their wealth effortlessly. The difference isn't just knowledge, it's mindset. Most people are taught to think about money in a short-term, paycheck-to-paycheck way. They focus on what they can buy today, not what they can build for the future. And that mindset, it's the number one thing that keeps people financially stuck. So if you want to set your kids up for real success, they need to learn something that most adults never do. How to think about money in the long term. One of the best ways to teach this is with a simple question. Do you want to be rich for a moment or wealthy for a lifetime? Because here's the reality. Anyone can have money for a little while. A big paycheck, a lottery win, an unexpected bonus. It happens all the time. But most people who suddenly get money, they lose it just as fast. Why? Because they never built the habits, patience, or discipline to make it last. Teaching kids delayed gratification is one of the most powerful financial lessons they can learn. A famous study called the marshmallow test proved this years ago. Researchers gave kids one marshmallow and told them they could eat it immediately or wait 15 minutes and get 2 marshmallows instead. The result? The kids who waited ended up being more successful in life, not just financially, but in school, careers, and relationships. Why? Because they understood that waiting now leads to bigger rewards later. This simple idea applies to money too. If kids learn to save and invest today instead of spending everything, they won't just have more money. They'll develop a mindset of wealth building that lasts a lifetime. And that brings up another huge shift, teaching them to focus on creating value, not just earning money. Most people grow up thinking that success comes from getting a high-paying job. But real wealth, it comes from creating things that help people. Look at the richest people in the world. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs. They didn't just work hard for a paycheck. They solved problems, built companies, and created value that people were willing to pay for. So instead of just telling kids, you need a job to make money, ask them, what can you create or offer that people would pay for? It could be something small, selling artwork, starting a small business, or even flipping items online. The point is to teach them that money follows value. If they grow up thinking this way, they'll always be able to find ways to make money, no matter where life takes them. And finally, the most important money lesson of all, money should give them freedom, not stress. Most people grow up fearing money. They see it as something stressful, something that's always running out, something that controls their lives. But kids who learn that money is just a tool, one that gives them choices, security, and the ability to help others, develop a healthy relationship with wealth. At the end of the day, financial success isn't about hoarding money. It's about using money wisely to create a life of freedom, purpose, and impact. So if you want to set your kids up for success, don't wait until they're adults to teach them about money. Start now, because the earlier they learn these lessons, the bigger advantage they'll have for life. And now, here's the big question. What's one money lesson you wish you had learned earlier in life? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the best financial education starts at home.